All right. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to do those centerpieces in green, but I am going to go ahead and finish this in here. Evie's trying to bite my glasses or get up on the table. She's not sure what she wants to do, but she wants to talk about it. Let's see, put that right there. And I don't have to move it around. Sorry, I gotta move the table closer to me. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm gonna do the little leaf thingies. I almost really need another thing so I can rest one hand. This glitter is kind of all over the place right now. I tallied up all the time, and I've been coloring this for 5 hours and 43 minutes now. So that's cool to know that. Let's see, when did we start it? We started it on the 15th, and today is the 19th. And I've actually colored a lot more than I normally would in a setting, because when you're recording yourself coloring, it seems to be like I want to do more. I want to get more done. I just did a little reorganization. My coloring supplies, my pencils and pens and whatnot. I'm trying to think what I want that. I want the center to be the orange color. This color. But I've got these overhead storage compartments that are over the couch, the little love seat here in the RV. And we had a bunch of jars up there that we use to store the vegetables that we cook. I wonder if I should have done that in gold. Too late now. I probably should have. Oh well. And we have plenty of jars that are in the drawer that's underneath the little stove that we got. Dang it, I wish I had done that in gold. I wonder if I can let it dry and then go over it. I'm going to try that out right here on this piece of paper. Probably will give it a different kind of look. Well, looks like I could go over it. Alright, I'm going to do that. We'll have a little gold silver center there. I didn't think that out very clearly. I might go back over that again once it's dry, or I'll just do it right now because I'm impatient. I might go over it again. Okay. Now I'm gonna finish these little guys here. And I don't think I really need to go in that much. I think you guys should be able to see, hopefully. I gotta do something with these little spots right here. I think I'm gonna do those in green. That'll make sense. But yeah, so I took in this RV that we've got bunk bed area, which is across from the bathroom, and I'm using it for all of my coloring books. And I also had all of my coloring pencils and markers and pens and whatnot in there, and it's putting a lot of weight on that area, that space. We've had an issue. So in RVs, there's slides, they slide out, so it gives you more space. And that area has always been a little slow to go in and out. So even when we first looked at it, it seemed like it was kind of having a problem. But it's a year later and it's still working, so it's just kind of glitchy. But I was wondering if maybe if I took a little bit of weight off that area. And plus I wanted my stuff closer to me. As I was coloring, I can just get in these overhead compartments and have access to all my pens and pencils and whatnot. Now I gotta figure out what to do with all the jars. We'll figure something out. I'll probably just toss them. I used to be an avid recycler. I don't know if half the stuff was getting just tossed in the landfill or not, but I, felt like I was doing a part to, keep stuff out of the landfill and have it recycled. I don't know if I really was or not, but it was nice to think that. But in campgrounds, they don't have recycling facilities, so you just got to toss stuff out. So, next spots that we're going to do, let me go in a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. I am going to start coloring these things in here. Now, I've already got that green down, and I think that I'm just going to color everything else this orange color. Because clearly, like I mentioned, I've got all my colors, I'm pretty sure. I might do these things in something else, but for now, I've got all my colors, which so far has been this orange, this green, and then my background colors of silver and gold, and then the other background color of this coppery kind of color. And that seems to have served me pretty well so far. I'm going to go ahead and color these all in this pretty orange color. And just like all the other prior videos, you can find the links to this coloring book and these coloring pens, gel pens. Gel pens are super easy to just lay color down. Now I'm gonna do this and that color. I think I'm gonna do I'm not sure about the circles here. I might do those in green. Let me see what that looks like. Well, once I do it, it's going to be done, right? And I don't really like how that copper color kind of fades into the background with that other orange color, so I want things to stick out. I've also been thinking about how I can, yeah, that's nice, I like that. how I can do a video of all the coloring pages that I've done so far. I always take pictures and post them on Facebook, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just compile them all in one video. I think you can do that. I don't know, I have to figure that out. Instead of retaking pictures of all of them again. Or doing a video of where they're at on the walls. Since I have them laminated, there's a sheen to them. Oh, I see where I missed a little gold spot in here. I really like this gold color. I probably won't do another page all with these glitter gel pens, but I am going to use it for, like, I have a couple books that have fairies and mermaids, and I am going to use it on those as like accents. Usually I don't mix mediums. If I color with colored pencils, I color with colored pencils, and typically one brand. I'm going to come back and do the green later. Oops, make sure that's centered there. I'm also going to do these right here in green. Yeah, I had it where I had the ability to go live almost, but then that went away. So hopefully within the next month I'll be able to do that instead of doing videos like this. I've actually thought about just getting maybe a webcam. I don't know how. I'll have to maybe, if you guys know, let me know, like, what can I record like an hour-long video on and then be able to upload that, so I'm not like doing these and having 20 parts of coloring one page. A lot of the colorists that I've watched personally, they're usually like 3-hour videos. I don't think I could color for 3 hours straight. I think my hand would start cramping. But I would like to do it for an hour, hour and a half, you know, for however long I feel that I want to and not have to stop. Yeah, so I think I've mentioned once I finish coloring this one that we're going to do an unboxing of the Color 520 colored pencil set, which I'm so excited to get into. I don't think I'm going to do a swatching video on that because there's 520 pencils. Maybe if I was like able to go live, then I would do that, but I can't really wait much longer before I bust into those. And then I'll just swatch them all off camera and then just do a video with them all swatched. My understanding is that it's a couple different sets that they've put all together. And I have, I think it's 130 set of the color pencil, so I'll probably have some repeat colors. But if you color with colored pencils as much as I do, they start getting worn down. And I've got some favorite colors that I tend to gravitate towards. Although when they start getting low, that's when I look at the other colors, and I like to try to do stuff out of my comfort zone with coloring. To challenge myself and not just color the same kind of coloring, even though that's probably what I end up doing. I like doing pieces like this. I like doing what's called Zentangle stuff. There's one artist that I really love. Her name is Angela Porter. And I've colored quite a bit of her stuff. The whole front of the fridge. I've got 2, 4, 6 of her pieces on there. It's just so easy to color for me. And I also like coloring the portraits, and I've got some mermaids and some AI created art, or however you want to refer to that. And I like coloring those too, but not as much as I like coloring this stuff. I don't really color animals. In fact, I don't think I've colored any animals. I might have colored like something small that was already a piece of a page that I was coloring. There's an artist called Hannah Carlzon. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her last name, but I have several of her books, and she has some animals in her stuff. I think I've colored 3 or 4 of her pages. And another artist that I really, really love coloring is Johanna Basford. And she does lots of flower stuff and little kind of cottages. Really, really pretty stuff and fun to color. Work on your flower work. And I'm going to be doing flip throughs of the book, whichever one I choose next to color. So you guys can see it. I wanted to pick a book that I had not actually seen a flip through for, because I would like to build my channel. And I don't know if anybody kind of searches YouTube like I do, but before I buy a book, I want to see a little bit of what's inside it. Not a lot. I like to, be surprised too. I want to see maybe like 10 pages of it, and then I'll stop watching the flip through because I don't want to see all of it. It's like getting a present, right? You don't want to know what it is entirely, but I don't want to waste my money. I just bought a coloring book off Amazon. All the coloring books I've ever bought have pretty much been off Amazon. You can't beat that delivered right to your door thing. In this case, it's an Amazon locker is what we had to use in Cincinnati. And here, luckily, the campground accepts packages. So, but I try not to abuse it because I don't want to make the ladies mad in the office that have to put all that together. But I got this coloring book off Amazon, and it was like $16, and it's only, I think, like 20 or 30 pages. And it's my fault because it said it in the description. But I saw like 1 or 2 of the pages, and I thought, oh, that's so cool, I really want it. And I am happy with it. But it's for $16, like it was kind of a ripoff compared to like this book that I bought, the Stuart Royce Intricate Patterns and Close-Ups, was $11.99. And there's like 50 designs in here. So that's getting your money's worth. 30 designs for $16 is not my money's worth. But the book was really pretty. So I didn't want to send it back. I thought about it though. I want to color something in that too, but it's some of the coloring books I have are kind of beyond my skill set. And I don't want to like ruin the page. I want to make sure that I can color it properly or up to my, my standards. Which I do have high standards. I'm pretty picky. I guess when you get older, I'm 49 now, you know what you like. I am really so grateful that I have access to the coloring that I have. I really am grateful. And, thinking about that in the last video, the audio book that we listened to, it works, and, being grateful for what you have and being grateful for what you want. I was thinking, he said to make a list of 3 things with details. I'm sure we can all kind of come up with a list pretty easily, but also I think there was a good point with that, with saying, sometimes we don't really know what we want. We kind of have like a vague idea in our head. Like, oh, I want to make enough money to get by. It's like, well, how much money do you need to get by? Let's write that out. Let's see, what do we need to be hitting here every month? Or I know I've done that a couple of times where it's like, okay, I have to make $120 a day to be able to pay all my bills and be able to, maybe go out to eat once a month and not just be working to pay for everything, because God, that's so dreary, isn't it? I want to have a little bit of fun, dang it. But I still we've Sawyer and I have written down what we need to make on a monthly basis, so we do know that, but I think we broke it down into a day, and it is about $130 a day that we need to make just to pay the bills and feed ourselves. Not, any miscellaneous stuff, even though we do spend here and there. I'm getting back into my nasty Starbucks habit, and I need to stop doing that. But my main thing that I want, that I would write down on this list of 3, is I want to pay this RV off. The loan that we took out is for $83,000, but that includes the interest. So if we paid off just the principal, it's $43,000. I want to pay this RV off. And I want to do it within a year's time. And I think I'm going to write that down on a list. And then figure out what we need to do to make that happen. So pay the RV off, that's the first thing. I want to get out from underneath the debt that we're in with the loans that we had to take out. And it's kind of embarrassing. I don't want to admit what that amount is. We took out an $18,000 loan and a $13,000 loan. That's a lot of money, and it's all gone. That $13,000 loan, $8,000 of it went to my daughter's house that she's in. We had to pay 6 months of rent up front. I mean, we didn't have to, but the landlord had over 50 applicants. He had 50 people. He posted the house, and in 2 days he had 50 people. And I emailed him and I said, I'll pay 6 months rent. I want my daughter to be on the lease because I want her to, you know, all the utilities are going to be in her name. I wanted to build that up for her. And he said, you're serious? She'll pay 6 months rent, and will you help her after that? And I said, yes, sir. Here's the check, the cashier's check. And so that's what we did. And then the rest of that we used for getting the mobile home. Okay, now we're going to go into the green stuff. We're going to finish the green here. I was just working on this one, right? Yep. Ooh, this is coming together, y'all. So yeah, I'd like to get out from underneath that debt. I'm also going to go ahead and color these center pieces right now, that green color, which is what I wanted to do. So that's my number 2. My number 3 is I want to finish that. I want to put on more meetings. I want Sawyer and I to be able to travel around and put meetings on. That's what we'd like to do, and just make money from that and not have to do Uber. Not have to put all these miles on my car and be able to share what we believe with people. And that speaks to the part of that book that we listened to about, you know, wanting to do things for the greater good. So those are my 3 things. And I am going to focus on those 3 things. Morning, noon, and night. And then in a year's time, it will have all come to pass. And we'll be here doing coloring. And we can talk about all the things that we've had happen because we knew what we wanted and we wanted it intensely, earnestly. And it was for the greater good. Oh, this is so pretty. It's funny because when I first listened to that, I've only listened to that audiobook. That's the second time I've listened to it. But the first time I listened to it, I remember I had 3 completely different things that I wanted. Well, it probably would have been to get a motorhome. So that did happen. That's affirming. At first, before we stepped into a motorhome, 37-foot motorhome, we had a 17-foot travel trailer, little camper. Had a little teeny tiny bathroom. My knees were pressed up against the wall as I was going to the bathroom and taking a shower. It was just honestly an awful experience. And then just, there was a bed and a little small dinette where Sawyer would sit with his laptop and do his work, and I would, oh, look at that, I forgot to color the inside of that. And he would do his online stuff. And we were just kind of crammed in there. I'm not a kind of person that likes being outside. I mean, I don't mind it per se, but I'm not like a, dang, there's another one that I forgot to color the inside. That is so funny. You guys probably noticed that while I was coloring it. Like, what's happening? Why did she skip that one? But both Sawyer and I are not one to like set up chairs outside and just chill outside. I've never really been one to do that. I mean, when I was a kid, I was always outside. And I guess when I smoked cigarettes, that, you know, we would smoke outside, so we would hang out on the porch. But that was just because I wanted to smoke a cigarette. This is so pretty in person, y'all. I can't wait to like get it done with and then take it outside in the sunlight and take a picture of it, because I think it's hard to see on the camera all the colors, the gold and the silver. Well, I think the gold's pretty jump out at you, but the silver kind of is obscured, it seems like. Whenever I look at it in the camera, I'm like, where are all my colors going? See, I forgot to color the inside of this one. It's so funny. Oops. I got some green on my arm. Last time when I colored a mandala like this, I was doing it a lot the same, but I jumped around a lot more from like the outer bands to the inner bands. So I like the way that I'm doing it this way a lot better. So I've got all of this done. And after this part right here that we're doing, I'm going to have all of this band done. Because I'm still thinking about what I want to color the heads. Because I could go crazy. I could go crazy and pick different colors, you know. There's no rules here. And at this stage, I'm already starting to think, like, what's the next coloring book I can get into? I went to Ollie's. And they have clearance stuff. So they had quite a few coloring books. And I got, I think, 5 coloring books for a little over $20, which typically I can get 2 coloring books on Amazon for about that much, maybe 3. So that was cool. And they're coloring books that I like, that I want to color stuff out of. I've actually pulled a page out of one of them and I started it, but... Ooh, we're done. Oh, look at that. I missed this little guy. Too funny. Like what's my brain doing? It's so funny. Okay, let me just look at this here. And we're coming up on 34 minutes, so it's about time for me to cut this off. So pretty. I'm really, really digging how it's turning out. Okay, the next we've got is these outer ones right here. Did I just put green on that? Let me cap that. Oh my god, I'd be mad. Not that mad, I can just cover it up. But that's what I'm gonna focus on next. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video.